want to introduce a person who has been a master at this. I mean, he got this app from Patrick. I know you guys worked a long time to get it to this point, but him and his wife are truly masters. And what I realized about this space is, if we could marry the best of technology, the best of internet marketing, with the best of relationship marketing and networking, you'd have a home run. And John did that. He started figuring it out and started having great results, not just for himself. So some of us are used to some of the old school ways of doing business, but some of the younger people, some of the millennials and younger millennials and Gen Zs, they don't want to do what we do, especially when they see some people just doing this and making millions. They just do this. How many people can?
Look, John will tell his story about Nash, his wife, but she's an introvert. She was the last person to go out. And I'll let him tell
exactly.
the story.
I mean, sharing information like this is where people are, and this is what to do. He's knocked it out of the park in this space, understands this app inside and out, so he's going to be able to share you from a distributor perspective or just from a regular person. You're like, how do I make money without going and talking to friends, family? How do I go make money without being weird or being a doctor? He knows exactly how to do that. And not only does he know how to do that, he's built massive organizations around the world. He's done billions in sales. He's made a fortune, but he's helped a lot of people doing it. He's a great friend of mine. I love him and I respect him. And that's none other than Mr. John Malott.
Guys, just stop it. Everybody know I'ma need to see up to your hands at the concert. I'ma need to see up to your hands at the concert. Profit. I get it. Everybody know I'm a monster.
Hey, come on now. You guys are way too asleep in this room. Come on. It's too much facts. It's too much facts. I have two monsters that beat within my chest. One is foul, one is blessed. One I love and one I hate. The one that I feed the most will always dominate. And isn't that the way it is? We have this battle so often inside of our minds. You know, it's this love, this hate, this light, this dark, this evil, this good. And the challenge I always had coming up is I had to fight this fear, which really were the facts of my personal situation. So the facts around me generated the fear that kept me from becoming the person that I had the potential to become. And what I learned is that I had to figure out a way to hold on to two contradictory beliefs at the same time. Because I had people say, especially spiritual people that I got in contact with, most of them said, John, you're going to hell. I'm like, bro, you don't even know me. But you know how we can be a little judgmental sometimes. But the fact of the matter was that, yes, I was broke. The fact of the matter is, yes, I was rolling my Pontiac 2000, two-tone, one-tone rust, one-tone dirt. The fact of the matter was, I was praying over the ATM on a regular. Anybody pray over the ATM? Like, if I just $20 got, you know what I'm saying? That was me. Anybody ever have a car you gotta talk to get it to start in the wintertime? Like, come on, baby, just one more time. Faith that there's enough gas to get me home tonight. I had to hold on to this. The fact of the matter was, yes, John Malott was a high school dropout. The fact of the matter is, yes, John Malott had 2 felonies. The fact of the matter was this and that and all the adjectives, loser, reject, all the adjectives they used to describe me at one point or another. But I had to grab on to this faith that I could show up into a room like this. Now, I'm talking 20-some years ago. And I would see all these people coming across the stage, speaking on the stage. They were all like swans on the water. You know what I'm talking about? Just beautiful swan. I'm the ugly duckling, way up in the nosebleeds, trying to figure out how do I make this thing work. And I actually came up here to speak about the app, but I never let my subject get in the way with what I want to say. So let me at least show you the app. You guys seen it, right? This is what the app looks like. But here's why this is important. Because I didn't have the pedigree, I wasn't born in the house with the Rolls Royce already in the garage. I didn't have all the things that society says you're supposed to have to be successful. So I had this fear, I had this doubt. How am I gonna make this thing work? And they started to teach me in this profession, you gotta be systematic, you gotta be system driven. You guys have heard that yet? You gotta be able to duplicate. You gotta be able to get this thing to spread other states, 30 levels deep, all these different things. Now it all sounds great from the front of the room, but in application, I started to see a whole lot of weird things out in the marketplace. First off, there was always a group that they were the factors. You got like they had the facts, they knew the facts, they knew nothing but the facts, and they would fact axe you to death. You know what I'm talking about? I know there's some people, you know who you are in this room, that you're gonna get these facts from the doctor, and then you're gonna call your family and friends, and you're gonna freak them out. They're gonna say, what cult did you join? Don't drink the Kool-Aid. Stop right now, because you're fact acting. And then there's a DNA test, and then we got cell signaling, and then next thing you know, you got a PhD. You know, we know you ain't got no damn PhD, but you're talking as if you do, and you're freaking your family and friends out. Now, ain't nobody gonna join. So if you throw a rocket, you know, yeah. And then you have on the other side of it, you have people like me that I didn't have the credibility, I didn't have the pedigree. I had to get really good at using third party. Matter of fact, this app, we locked this so early because when I started catching on, there were all these tools. There's ClickFunnels, there's SurveyMonkey, there's all these different things that we started to figure out if we're gonna be professionals. How many people are professionals? How many people wanna be professionals? How many people wanna crush it? Like the only way we were able to go and make $250,000 a month on a residual basis is because we had to get ourselves out of the way. We couldn't be the message, we had to be the messenger. Is that a different process? I'm here to deliver the message. What you do with the message is completely up to you. I don't give a, whatever you want to do with it. Here's the message, do something, don't. We called it sorting. And we learned very quickly that I'm in the sorting business, we're in the sorting business, not the convincing business. Now there's a lot of information here. So first off, we would use this app. The reason why I put this first is that we would use the front cover of the app. When someone would tell me like it doesn't work, it's not working, the first thing I would do is say, screenshot the front cover of the app, because the front cover would give me some information. Number one, it would tell me the exposures you made, how many made this month, this week. A lot of times when I would tell somebody, send me the front cover of the app, what do you think they did? Nothing, because the truth, look, how many people know that the numbers don't lie? The numbers tell me the story. If you've had 0 exposures this week, what are the odds of you having a new customer? About the same as the exposure number. And that's when we started to catch on. Now I'm not going to all this stuff right now because I want to show you what changed for us. Is we understood the process was so incredibly simple. It's like Will Smith taught me to dance. You guys ever see the movie Hitch? Ever see it? Like, it's just right here. Now, I'm a white dude that you guys know I like some hip hop. I'm ready, like, I'll do some stuff, man. I'm ready to go. But in this business, I had to refrain from myself. I had to refrain from being me. I want to do some crazy fancy moves. Like some of you guys, I've seen you on the dance floor. You do some crazy stuff. You're like the Australian break dancer anyways. So I'm just playing. You're not. You're way better than her. So anyways, we had to have a very simple, duplicatable, something I could teach to teach to teach. And so here's how it went. It's with the game plan. In the app, we had an onboarding process. So when I bring someone in, I don't have to sit down with you, go through all these steps, teach you all this stuff. It's step 1, step 2, here's exactly what you do. And the app is doing it for me, it gives me free time. Why are we in a business like this? Somebody, who said it? At least 2 of you are participating. Anybody else alive out here? I can't really see it. A lot of you look like deer caught in headlights. Where did this dude come from with the shiny Las Vegas jacket? Looking all silky and smooth. Look, we had to dumb everything down to its lowest common denominator. We built an organization that had 327,000 distributors in 8 countries. Our biggest organization was in South Korea. I don't speak no Korean. I do eat kimchi from time to time. But how did it grow like that? How did it become so large? Because we had a systematic approach. It became us pushing buttons. If you can send a video that's in English, guess what you can do today? That same video can be translated into Korean or Japanese or whatever it is. And we started catching on, we could get ourselves out of the way. If we could check our ego just long enough and let the system do the work for us, now we could scale this bad boy all over the world. We're building it right from the front. What I'm worried about is that all of a sudden we've heard too much of the doctors and we start trying to spew that same information and people know we're not. So it started with the game plan, then it's contacting and inviting. We have a 3-step process for everything. So when we're prospecting, there's 3 steps. By the way, on the app, it says step 1. Is it gonna be tough to screw it up? Someone said yes. You have faith in your own people. It's 1, 2, 3. If it's tough for them to screw it up, then do me a favor, do not bring them into the business. We used to call it recruit up, just like I did with my wife. I recruited way, way up. So do the same thing here. Find people that understand what step one means. Step one means step one. So you do step one first, step two, second, step three, third. Does that make sense? And it's all laid out for you, so you don't have to think about it. So when I got a school teacher, I got a professional athlete, I got a pastor, I got an introvert like my wife. The reason why we had to launch something like this, because my wife said, I'm not gonna go out here. She thought this whole profession was about being a great salesperson with closing techniques and all this stuff that we do. I was like, no, that's not what it's about. Great salespeople are sometimes hard to duplicate. There are salespeople in here that are so good, if I ask them how they do what they do, they couldn't even tell you. They couldn't explain it. I just do it, man. I just flows. I'm a swan on the lake kind of dude. You know what I'm saying? And what we figured out is that if we had a very simple step, I could teach my 15-year-old to do the same over and over and over and over and over. We call it mastering the mundane. The contact and inviting went, let me give you a new word. Let me give you a new word for my salespeople. Normally when you get a new customer or a new affiliate, you have done what? In sales, they call it close, right? And I hate the word. Because in our profession, the challenge is people use the word close, and I'm like, oh, you know what? No wonder why they're already on to the next one, on to the next one. In this profession, I call it opening. So when I bring in a new affiliate, what the hell do we call them here? Affiliates, ambassadors, whatever we call them. You know what I'm saying. When we bring them in, it's now opening because the real work begins now. Now we've opened the relationship, whether it's a customer, whether it's, because I want to make sure they get the DNA test. I want to make sure they're experiencing the products. I want to push this thing forward so we can get them right back into the game plan so they can learn how to contact, invite, step one, step two, step three, all, and take this and open again and open again. And we can do it so fast on this app, like we're crushing it on social media by taking those steps, putting it into Instagram, put it into our Facebook Messenger. All right, I got to move quick. Third party, you guys understand third party? This is all about third party. If you want to duplicate, there ain't no party like third party. Being able to point at somebody else, to get my own ego out of the way and say, I'm not the man, Dr. Eric's the man. I'm not the man, Jeremy's the man. I'm not the man, Josh Jennings the man. Pointing to other people and say, look, I don't know, you're a big shot. And by the way, for our doctors and our big shots in the room, this is more for you probably. Because the challenge is, when someone has a lot of credibility, they use their credibility to build that first. And it looks good because they're respected members of society, which I was not. But I thought that they would do better than me in a business like this. What I found out is that their credibility only was good in their circle. When their circle started to get, if they were 10s and like some of their circles were 9s, 8s, 7s, which were easy for them to get, now all of a sudden the 7s and 8s, if they follow their lead and duplicate that, they're getting 5s, 4s, 3s, 2s. Next thing you know, they're recruiting homeless people into the organization. You guys follow me? So here's what we do using this app, and I'm way out of time. I got to go. We use third party. We use the app so I can send. Let me tell you about Dr. Eric. This dude walks on water, glows in the dark. Ain't nobody like this dude. Got sued by the government for like $70 godzillion. It was insane, and he won the shit. And so what we do, we send the video over to them, let them go through the process. Because here's the thing about third party. Even if you're a big shot, the people that are closest to you, they really respect you the least. Let me prove it to you. How many of you ever dated? Anybody ever date in the room? Okay, 2 of you. All right. You should try it. It might lead to something. Look, remember when you were first dating and it was new and it was exciting? You're walking in the building, you get the door. Go on, pumpkin, you go in first. And then you go in after, right? You're on the beach, she's cold. Baby, I got you. Take my jacket, right? How many people know what I'm talking about? Then you marry her. Oh, things start to change real fast. Now you married the woman. Now you're coming out of church. You're playing games with the door lock. She's trying to get in the car. You're moving the car up. Oh, I'm not the only one. Oh, wait a minute. You're on that same beach. She's cold. Baby, I got my jacket. I told you should have brought yours. You're right. It's a bit nippy. This is third party. It's like if I talk to your kids, they'll listen to me. If you talk to my kids, they'll listen to you. This is the power of having something like this. You can get yourself out of the way, and eventually you can get what you guys said when we started, that you want freedom. You're not getting freedom if you're the deal, but we've been programmed and conditioned to be the deal. You got to get A's in school so you can be the deal. You got to do this so you can be the deal. Here, you don't want to be the deal. You want to be free. Does that make sense? I want to sleep until I'm done sleeping. Or at least till baby Cody jumps on the bed and says, Daddy's time for some Yo Gabba Gabba and some organic oatmeal. I want to go to Chuck E. Cheese on a Tuesday afternoon. Chuck E. Cheese is a different place on a Tuesday afternoon. It smells different. I can do the Nestea plunge in the pool of balls. Nobody there look at me crazy. Climb through the tubes, everything. Because they're all at work on a Tuesday afternoon. You guys saw them? That's freedom. All right, I'm sweating, I'm hot, because I know in the back they're like, all right. Last thing I'm going to tell you, because because Jim Rohn was one of my early mentors. I was very fortunate. I didn't understand I was sitting at the feet of greatness at the time, but he had a incentive because of the way. Anyways, the bottom line is he taught me ratios. Because I was such a bum, I didn't have the words, I didn't have the power, I didn't have the pedigree, and I thought that's what you needed. I certainly wasn't a salesperson. And Jim Rohn basically said, you can outproduce the big shots. So if someone can go out, let's just say they get 5 out of 10. They get 5 out of 10. And I'm getting 1 out of 50. I mean, this is how bad I was. My first 6 months in this profession, nobody came in. Finally, my dad came in because I think he thought I was going to commit suicide. So he came in. He was my mercy recruit. You know what I'm saying? He only came in because he felt sorry for me. There was another year. Of course, he didn't do anything. But anyways, it at least got some stuff started. So wait, hold on. You guys are killing me. So I figured out. We got to track the numbers. I got to know what the number. So I wanted to beat everybody because I'm a little bit competitive. So I said, if old boy can get 5 out of 10 and I'm only getting 50, so I had to do more. Money loves speed, so I caught on. I got to go through more exposures faster. And we started crushing it. We started to move from the nosebleeds. We started getting down further. Before long, we were in the VIP seats. It wasn't long before they handed me a clicker and asked me to be on. You want me on stage? And I was finding out, yeah, we're beating all the big shots. Because we kept it simple. Anyways, I want to show you. I got to go. Last thing I'm going to do. This was our numbers. I'll share it with you on a conference call. By using the app, by using the systems, by getting ourselves out of the way, by pushing buttons, using the funnels, using it with social media influencers, we were able to build culture, which was the most important thing. It freed us up from doing all the day-to-day grind shit like stuff to being able to build culture, build the community, and we had a mission. There's no bigger mission. By the way, I'm making the official announcement. John Malott and Najla Malott, the owners and CEO of Snap Active Lifestyle, we are now officially in Biolimitless. Why we own the company. The vision here is bigger than the vision I have for my own company. So we're bringing our vision into this company along with a whole lot of bad people, and we're going to crush this bad boy. And as I leave the stage, hold on, I'm going to get yelled at, never be allowed on stage again because of you guys. Jeremy, it's their fault, not mine. I'm just a guest. I want to show you something. So because we had these systems and because we were using and we didn't have all this stuff. I was doing less three-way calls. I was doing less of this. And the community and the culture was growing like crazy. So we started doing more fun events with our team. We started doing, like our best business briefings were actually us working out together, like us doing HIIT classes. I always said from the health clubs to the nightclubs. I do like the nightclub from time to time. That's why Vegas is not a great place for me to be on a Saturday. So as I go, I want to play this video so you can kind of get an idea of the culture from our community that we're now bringing in to this community. And hopefully you guys accept us and you don't get mad at Jeremy Roma for having me speak a little longer today. Please play the video as I leave.
In your Starbucks coffee, that's an experiment in how little coffee we can actually put into a cup and make it taste like coffee. You're downing man-made chemicals. Thank you guys. We had 2 celebrity trainers out here today. They brought some serious fire, some serious energy, some serious gains happened today. Mass on that ass. Joe Physique, Najla Malott. The movement is real. And I'm telling you guys, make sure you attend the next one. This is no joke, man. We are transforming minds, bodies, and bank accounts.
All right. That was it. Thank you, guys. Yeah.